And when you consider how secretive Beyoncé and Jay-Z have always been about their children, especially Sir, this whole thing hits very differently. Beyoncé's entire career is built on control of her image, her art, and her family's privacy. Nothing ever leaks from her circle unless something truly goes wrong. Her team is famously tight. Every public photo, performance, and interview is perfectly planned. So the fact that this clip even got out there, that's a huge deal. Which leads people to believe this wasn't a mistake at all. Someone close to the family had to be there in that moment, filming Sir. That means whoever recorded it had direct access. And if they shared it online without Beyoncé's permission, that's not just careless, it's betrayal. That's a serious breach of trust. It suggests someone close either went rogue or wanted this footage out for a reason. Once fans started talking, the theories came rolling in fast. The biggest one? That this wasn't an accidental leak. It was done on purpose. According to many people online, someone from inside Beyoncé's circle may have shared that clip intentionally. And when you think about it, that's not impossible. The Carters have kept their brand airtight for over a decade. For something so personal to escape their control, it almost had to come from someone trusted. Maybe a former nanny, a staff member, or someone who was once part of the inner circle but got cut off. Some even believe this leak wasn't about Sir at all. It was meant to send a message to Beyoncé, a warning, or a way to prove that even she, with all her power and precision, can't control everything. And when you really think about how careful she's always been, that theory doesn't sound too crazy. Because let's be honest, if you've kept your child away from the public for years and suddenly a random clip appears showing him in a vulnerable moment, whoever posted that knew exactly what would happen next. They knew fans would analyze every second, frame by frame. They knew the internet would explode with theories and speculation, and that's exactly what happened. But the biggest question that's come out of all of this isn't who leaked the clip. It's why Sir has been so hidden for so long.
Give me a second, because I'm still I can't believe that's my baby. Oh, that's so amazing.
Now, fans have noticed for years that while Blue Ivy has been in the spotlight, performing, dancing, even joining her mom on tour, and Little Rumi has made a few public appearances too, Sir has remained almost invisible. You might catch glimpses of his name mentioned or a rare reference in a song, but when it comes to actual public sightings or videos, they're nearly impossible to find. This has led to endless speculation. Some people think Beyoncé and Jay-Z just want to give him a normal, peaceful childhood, away from the cameras. And honestly, that's a fair explanation. Not every kid wants to grow up under bright lights or internet attention. Some parents are extremely protective, and who could blame them, especially when their family is constantly under public scrutiny? But not everyone is satisfied with that answer. There's been a lot of quiet chatter over the years, suggesting that maybe Sir has special needs or health challenges, possibly even being on the autism spectrum. Again, there's no confirmation from Beyoncé or Jay-Z.
Sir is very quiet and is very, very smart and does all of the number stuff. So he's not into the fashion stuff as much, but yeah.
They've never spoken publicly about anything like that, and no one should assume. But people point to the way he moves in that leaked video, how he reacts to being filmed, how different he seems from his sisters at the same age. Fans have picked apart every little detail. Maybe he doesn't like loud noises. Maybe crowds overwhelm him. Maybe he just prefers calm environments. And when you think back, it kind of lines up with how Beyoncé handles him. During tours, award shows, and even family footage, you might see Rumi or Blue Ivy, but rarely Sir. It's like he's been intentionally shielded. Even during Beyoncé's Cowboy Carter era, when she performed Protector, there were clips of Sir in the visuals, but fans noticed those weren't recent videos. They looked like old home footage from years ago. It made people wonder if that was a subtle message. Maybe she wanted to include him, but not show him as he is now. That choice only made speculation louder.
Amazing performance. Miss Tina.
So naturally, the internet went into full detective mode. People started rewatching old interviews, pulling up old quotes, looking for hidden clues. And one thing stood out. When Beyoncé talks about her children, the way she speaks about Sir sounds different from how she talks about her daughters. In one rare interview, Beyoncé spoke proudly about Blue Ivy and Rumi, calling them strong, creative, and confident, future leaders. She said it was important for them to see themselves as powerful young women who could shape their own destinies. But when she talked about Sir, her tone shifted completely. Instead of empowerment, she spoke about protection. She said she hopes her son doesn't lose himself to what the internet expects him to be, and that she wants him to grow up knowing how to affirm his own identity. If you listen closely, it sounds like she's describing a child who might have a more sensitive or unique experience, someone who needs gentleness rather than pressure. And Beyoncé being Beyoncé, she never says too much. She's careful with her words, always speaking in a way that says something without revealing too much. But even with that careful tone, fans picked up on the difference. When she talks about her daughters, she paints pictures of strength and confidence. When she mentions her son, she talks about survival, surviving the internet, surviving expectations. That contrast struck a chord with people. But then came the one person who actually addressed the situation head-on, Beyoncé's mother, Tina Knowles. When the online rumors got too loud, Miss Tina finally spoke up. She described Sir as a calm, intelligent, and thoughtful little boy. She said he loves numbers, enjoys puzzles, and is the complete opposite of his sisters when it comes to being in the spotlight. According to her, Sir just isn't into all the attention. He prefers quiet spaces and keeps to himself. She made it clear that not every child wants to be in front of a camera, and that's completely okay. She explained that while Blue Ivy and Rumi are expressive and outgoing, Sir is more reserved and prefers staying behind the scenes. And honestly, that sounds very normal. Every family has kids with different personalities. Some love performing and socializing, while others enjoy solitude and structure. There's nothing wrong with that. But even after Tina's comments, many fans still weren't convinced. They felt like her explanation was surface level, that it made sense but didn't fully address the mystery. If it's really just about privacy, why has Beyoncé gone to such extreme lengths to hide him for years? Why use old footage instead of current ones? Why avoid bringing him to public family moments? That's when the speculation started going beyond just the Carters, and people began to notice a larger pattern in Hollywood families. They realized something strange. In many celebrity households, the daughters are visible, but the sons seem to vanish after early childhood. Look at the Kardashians, for example. Northwest is everywhere, performing, modeling, attending major fashion events, and going viral online. But the boys? We barely see them. It's not just them either. Many famous families show off their daughters, but rarely share updates about their sons. So now fans are wondering if this is a Hollywood thing. Is there an unspoken rule among celebrities to highlight their daughters while keeping their sons out of the spotlight? Maybe it's about protection. Maybe it's because boys in high-profile families face different kinds of challenges, emotionally, socially, or even medically. Maybe it's simply about keeping them safe from unnecessary judgment. And that brings everyone back to Sir Carter. Is he part of that same pattern? Is Beyoncé intentionally keeping him hidden because she knows how harsh and unkind the public can be towards sensitive or different children? One fan commented, "There's a pattern here. We always see celebrity daughters everywhere, but their sons are missing. It can't be a coincidence." Another wrote, "Maybe they're protecting him from something we don't understand. Fame can be brutal on kids who aren't built for that kind of pressure." And they're right. Fame isn't kind to anyone, especially kids. Every facial expression, every move, every word becomes a headline. Imagine being a child growing up in that environment. It's not just the cameras, it's the endless judgment and comparison. The video of Sir Carter is still circulating online, and Beyoncé's camp has stayed completely silent. No statement, no clarification, nothing. And the longer that silence continues, the more people speculate. But maybe that silence is the statement. Maybe Beyoncé's way of protecting her son is to say nothing at all. Because think about it, if she speaks up, it only adds fuel to the fire. The internet would pick apart every word, analyze her tone, and twist her message. Staying silent keeps the situation under control, even if it means people keep guessing. Maybe Beyoncé isn't hiding Sir. Maybe she's giving him the only gift she can that the world won't: peace, space, freedom to grow without the pressure of cameras and commentary. Maybe she's protecting his childhood, not covering up a story. Still, the debate continues. Should Beyoncé and Jay-Z finally step in and clarify what's going on to stop the rumors once and for all? Or should they keep doing what they've always done, stay private and let their family live without public interference? At the end of the day, the Carters have built a world where privacy is power. And for them, keeping Sir out of the public eye might not be about secrecy. It might simply be about love. So now it's your turn. What do you think? Should they speak up and end the speculation? Or is it their right to protect their son's privacy no matter what the internet says? Drop your thoughts below. I really want to hear how you feel about this. And if you found this story interesting, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with someone who's been following all this Carter family talk. Because one thing's for sure, when it comes to Beyoncé, nothing ever happens by accident, and every silence has meaning.